Good morning. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. And I decided to use this filter because it looked like someplace I'd kind of like to be in the sun, sitting outside. Right now, it might be sunny today. Doesn't look like it though. Looks like it's going to be great. And I'm going to put on my additional glasses. Good morning. We are having coffee and I'm having it in my beautiful little, just sweet, pretty little mug that I bought for so many reasons. The fit, everything I bought a while ago, and immediately it got chipped on here twice, but I love it. Good morning. Let's see what the universe has for us today. The first card, the theme card, is purity. And this is the mermaid. This is all about being inside and outside, authentically who you are. And, we have this notion that we are supposed to be lovely and kind and good and peaceful and easy all the time. And if we're not, if we're human, it's not okay. And we really start beating ourselves up or trying to bring ourselves back into line. Good morning, everyone. Kelly and Zella, Francesca and Carmen, thanks so much for joining me this morning. It's always fun to have people with me. So purity, that doesn't mean that you need to be that, the best of everything. Let's try to be the best we can every day and accept the fact that we are not always pure of heart or pure of intention, but the constant desire to be as high vibe as I can be and to be in my path, which is positively influencing as many people around the world as I can. That doesn't mean that I'm going to do it perfectly or that everything I do is right. So you have to you don't have to. You can spend the rest of your life beating yourself up like I've spent most of my life for not being what other people needed me to be or saw me as. Good morning, Marcy and Diana. Trying to fit into the boxes. And it's funny, once I realized that I was a chameleon, it was like, okay, no more of that. And, it didn't mean that I was fake all the time. It meant that I was just trying to be for anybody else what they needed me to be at that time, regardless of what I felt for the most part. I had a compass. I have a compass. But what I'm saying is, stop trying to fit into that round hole when you're the square peg. Be who you are, purely who you are, good, bad, ugly, warts, and all. Because there's some volatility on the way. I didn't get this card before I had a shakeup. I actually had a dream 3 nights in a row about transformation, change, and an earthquake opening up in my front room. Those were my father-in-law appeared, who I'd never met. He had died 2 years before I met my husband. Then I found a snake, ended up killing that snake by accident because it wasn't a bad snake, but by the time I got done, it was big. I had choked it to death. And the earthquake opening up in my front room. And I just went, number one, I hardly remember dreams ever. And then to have 3 basically saying the same thing, transformation, things are changing, big shakeup. And I did not get this card, but this is exactly what this means too. Volatility, it happens in our life and it's going to happen maybe a little bit more right now. Let's not go into fear. As we shift, everything around us has to shift too, in order for us to be the being we wanted to be when we came in, and to do what we needed to do. And right now, there's many, many of us waking up to the truth of who we are. I know, isn't this fun, Claudia? It's like, I kind of feel like I'm in Mexico or South America or Hawaii. I haven't been to Europe yet in those places where they have this kind of stuff. So I can't imagine that, but I've been to a few other places. Okay, volatility. That is a possibility. The animal that comes up says, but the ladybug. This is a very earth-centered reading today, very grounded reading. Earth magic and then the animal oracle. And the theme came from the mythical goddess tarot. So Gaia, oh no, Purity. Gaia was in my other reading this morning. Purity is from Mother Earth, and as pure as she is, it's like, be the pure thing that you can be, but don't give up your authenticity in the process. That is something a lot of us do. And again, trying to be like other people. So not only does that bring volatility, but it's going, if we, trying to fit into other people's shoes, because they hurt and you get blisters. Better to get your own, maybe not so pretty to you, shoes back on, start your journey, and know that you'll have some good running shoes to get down, do what you need to do as things begin to shake up in your life. We always are going to have shakeup. Don't go to the, oh my God, what's coming? Although I kind of did that when I saw the earthquake in my house. I went, let me see, big shakeup in my house. And of course, I kind of went to, health of members in my home. But what came up was a whole business shakeup. So volatility. Then the ladybug says, this is a time of good fortune, though. So you look at this volatility, and I've got to tell you, January was fucking hard. Okay, that's down dirty. If you don't like the word sorry, you need to probably watch somebody else. January was hard. It started with the loss on the 4th of a very good friend, playmate, fun girl, lots of enjoyment we had over the years. And, as I started writing her little memorial from me to her that night when she passed, I didn't even begin to touch on the adventures we had. And I really hadn't remembered the volume of fun we had had together. So anyway, I lost my lovely Susie. And then things happened with another family with a family member that I realized again I had been trying to be good enough for my whole life. And I realized finally that that's really not where I'm going to stand anymore. I honor them for what they brought me. I honor them completely. But I no longer am getting anything from them. And so I'm kind of done trying to make something happen that really isn't going to happen. And I really am okay with that. And then this whole business shakeup, which was really a 180-degree turn for me. And yet when I got right past that, a couple days out, it was just like, oh, I can breathe again. After the grief with Susie and then letting go of a family member that was really weighing me down, and the relationship was, and I kept getting the message that I didn't matter as much to them as they did to me, or as I wanted to with them. And so I gave it up. I just kind of went, okay, boy, we are really smoky this morning outside. It's not just gray, it's smoky. It's not foggy either. Anyway, good morning. So the ladybug, good fortune. Like I said, when I got to the other side of it, I felt so light and so free and so empowered and motivated to move forward. Because, I lost about 1,000 pounds off my shoulders. It's like, okay. And the truth is, I started into this real journey of transformation Thanksgiving Day of 2017. It has not been horrible. It has been a trip, man. And I'm sure many of you have gone through the same thing. And maybe some of you have just looked at all the difficulty you have had. I invite you to go back and look at not the difficulty. Look at, what did I grow with here? How did this change me for the good? How did I move forward with this? Because I can guarantee you that is there. And if you continue to only look at what is not the easiest thing you ever did, that's going to continue on. You're going to just keep bringing that kind of shit to yourself. Be willing to receive all good things in your life. So, The next earth energy card that came up was strength, mountain. I love mountains. I realized when I went to school in Oklahoma, I was raised pretty much from 9 years old on in the northern part of California in the mountains. And so when I went to Oklahoma, and I had been through the states or several of them because my family lived in Indiana, I kept looking, it was like, oh, this is nice. I really did love the deciduous forests in Indiana, still do. But, it's the trees, and I any time I look at pictures, I'm looking for the mountains. It's like, well, where are the mountains there? Could I live there? I kind of have to have mountains around me. And so for me, the mountains are strength, but they are symbolic of the strength we have to move forward, to step into this transformation and step into the changes, as hard as they may be. And some for you out there, I know very well, these changes are fucking hard, excruciating. And you've probably thought that maybe you didn't want to be here anymore because of them. And I get it. I can certainly empathize with what you're going through. I'm trying to think, should I said sympathize? Whichever one. I have not gone through what a couple of you have gone through out here, or will go through maybe soon. And that is the worst kind of pain there is. And so I do understand that. But yes, let's move on. The next thing is the humpback whale. Music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing instrumental, or listening. The humpback has that beautiful sonar type song. This morning I got up and it was like, I want to listen to this song. And I haven't heard that song in years, called Neon Moon by John Anderson, I think, an old country song. I love the 70s, late 70s, 80s country songs. I haven't listened to country in a long time, so I don't love as many right now. But then the other music, these older songs came up. And then the truth of it, what happened is my beautiful friend Susie stepped in. My sister stepped in, who was also very connected with Susie and I. And my cousin Mary stepped in, who left after my sister, who came in after my sister left and then left a year ago in August. So all my very special, lovely, fun, deeply connected ladies came in this morning in the music. And it was very nice. It was bittersweet, of course, because particularly with Susie's recent loss. So I cried a little bit and just got into the feeling of the enjoyment that we had in music. Music is healing. Heavy metal, maybe not so much. And I don't care if you like it or not. It is not soul healing. It grates on you. It works against your soul healing. And maybe that's a terribly blanketed statement, but there is nothing that feels good to me in heavy metal music. Maybe that's the way I ought to phrase it. There's nothing good for me in heavy metal. Whatever really settles your soul, makes you feel happy and lighthearted, higher vibe. If that's heavy metal, then listen to heavy metal for you. I take that back. That was too much of a judgment, because there are some people, I'm sure, whose soul needs the heavy metal sounds. But if it does not make you feel lighter and more joyful in yourself, listen to something else. Whatever it is you listen to, if it does not make you light and joyful, choose something else. The last card that came up, I've got to put my glasses back on, is the Condor. And this is a warning about a situation. Very specific warning. This is the kind of situation my business had become, the business partner. You're too enmeshed in this situation. So step back and see the bigger picture before making any decisions or taking actions. And that's exactly what I did. It was just like, finally I went, oh my God, this is not how it needs to be for me. This is not what I need to move forward with. This is not what I am choosing. And I chose differently. And again, the weight was incredible. If there was anything, I drew one set of cards in confirmation of what I was doing at the time. but I already knew it was exactly the right thing. That is the truth for me. We do need to follow our own truth, and sometimes it hurts others. And, I am sorry for that, but I have to take care of me. And sometimes that means absolutely just cutting someone off because they're not going to let you go. They're not going to go with the fact that you are finished and there is nothing else that's going to happen now between you, nor are you going to be swayed. And so you have to do for you what is right for you. So, that was a lot this morning. Hope you're going to be doing something fun this weekend or the next couple days whenever you're viewing these, because these videos, whenever you come across them, I'm now posting regularly on my YouTube and on TikTok and kind of Instagram. Instagram confuses me more than TikTok does, for sure. And YouTube I've been using for a while, just not consistently. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you for following me. Thank you for coming in and spending some time with me. Reach out if there's any way I can help you release some of the energies that are working against you, and we'll see what we can do to move forward. Thanks again. I'm Victoria Savage, Nurse Savage, on your side, your wisdom guided oracle. Until we meet again.